JokePit UK.
Historically, he's Polish.
Yeah, but not like kind of now.
You know that makes him sound like the Highlanders.
Sorry. You're born in Poland, right? Nope. Born in England, but went to Poland.
Yeah.
See, friends like this,
No,
like this.
It's just the way you said it was a historic name.
Historic
It's
name.
It's sort of like Tomek from the clan Tomek.
From the Tomek clan. I still haven't seen Highlander. I need to see Highlander.
You've never seen Highlander.
I'm going to be berated by it.
Oh God, man! It's not only one of the greatest movie soundtracks ever supplied by the glorious band Queen, but I mean, like there can be only one. You must have heard that.
I know there can be only one. I know that there can be only one Highlander.
Right, so you know that, but you've never seen the movie.
Yeah, it kind of scared me. It was like, are they going to
kill?
kill?
That movie is the best thing about Sean Connery in that movie. In that he goes.
Wait, Sean Connery's in the film.
Connery's in the film. He plays Ramirez. I think he's a Spaniard who's been living in Egypt, and yet he goes, "So Connor, I believe you are the Highlander," and you're going, "Just try, Sean."
Where does that?
Try.
Casting come from? I think we need someone who can be a Spanish person who's lived in somewhere else. Let's pick the guy who can do the best accents in the world. Sure, good. Thank you for.
Just the Red October.
I'll just leave.
That was Bane. That was Bane.
I can't compete on Highlander quotes, having never seen it. I could pretend I've seen it.
Don't pretend. That would be a falsehood.
That'd be a falsehood.
As Traeger from Nightmare used to say, you must remember Nightmare.
You have references coming out of your head that I have no idea. I am 25.
No, okay.
Okay, right. Thank you for coming to the Teenage Cancer Trust. I think it's absolutely wonderful to come and help everybody out here. You know, when you do things like this, do you have to like alter the way you do stuff because it's like a charity thing, or do you just be yourself and hope everyone will be in a giving mood?
Not really. I think if everyone sort of walked on stage and became suddenly wholesome and very, very polite because it was for charity, then it would be an awful night. No, I don't think anyone changed the way they are. I certainly didn't. You know, I think if anyone did change the way they are, is because there was a child sat on its mother's knee on the third row. At which point you do go, ah.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? I went up to them before and said, "Are you aware that there is swearing and probably bad things in this?" And they went, "It's fine. He loves it. He sees it on YouTube." That's what they said.
I mean, there is both the most beautiful thing in the world and also an argument for managing the internet better in one statement. He sees it on YouTube. But yeah, apart from that, no. I don't think anyone sort of did anything worthy or anything like that. I thought it was just
turning up is worthy enough, isn't it? Just turning up and supporting it is a good thing.
I don't think anyone thinks like that though. I think it's a great. I think there is this misconception that people go, "I'm doing a good thing here," when in fact people go, "Of course, it's a brilliant charity. I'd happily do comedy at a night supporting that charity." I think it's very black and white as opposed to people developing some kind of like grey area of going, right, how do I need to be because it's charity.
So what gig highlights? Like we've come off. What stands out for you? What about the auction? How much do you think you could have pushed people any further? When you were looking out there, did you see people looking back at you saying, "I'm not paying an extra amount of money for this"?
Considering what was in the boxes, although some of it was very good, the fact that Mark Dolan gave away the sunglasses he arrived in would suggest that anything over the actual retail price of those glasses is already more than people should be paying.
He suggests he might need the charity more than other people if he only had to give the sunglasses off his head in order.
I think next time we need to just establish with people, because the whole point of this was a secret auction. Like, you put something in a box, who knows what's in the box? It was kind of mystery. It was like Labyrinth. It was like David Bowie going, "Why is it in the box?" That's a terrible David Bowie impression. But
I think we've got Bane, and we've got Bane as a kid.
What we've proved through this interview is that I can't do impressions.
Fine,
I can do Christopher Walken in View to a Kill.
Okay, right, I'll close my eyes, okay? And you can get as close as you want, and just feel free to do it.
That's quite a view, because that's the setup line. Otherwise, what I say doesn't make any sense.
Am I a Scottishman from Spain?
You can do the setup line in any accent you like.
What was the setup line?
That's quite a view.
Okay, we ready? This is Christopher Walken. That's quite a view.
No, you have to do it into the microphone, otherwise it's just someone mumbling.
That's quite a view.
Yeah, to a kill.
Christopher Walken. That was Sean Connery again. Is that not? No? Okay, great. I think we've proved that you had a wonderful night tonight, but I can't let you leave without asking. I feel like we're somewhat hair twins, but you have better hair than me.
I think you have better hair than me. I thought that when you walked in. I felt threatened, and I don't know whether you get this when people walk into a room with better hair than you. I felt like you were a silverback of the hair world, sort of, and you beat your chest at me. And throughout the night, I've attempted to undermine you subtly, and I'm so pleased you haven't noticed, but there have been situations where you've sort of been standing in a place and I've come and stood next to you and adopted the pose you've adopted, just slightly better. Not obviously better, but just slightly better. So if you've noticed a sort of growing level of apathy towards
See, what I was
actually
doing was while you did that, I actually saw you doing that, and I adopted a slightly sillier pose just so everyone went, "Oh look, there's Alex standing like an absolute something." Did you notice?
I did, and then what I did was I did the pose that you were doing mocking me, but I was wearing various costumes, like a suggestive loincloth. I don't know what a suggestive...
I think all loincloths are suggestive.
Loincloth in itself is suggestive. I don't know how you... A buttock-less loincloth.
I think so. Hair tips. We've gone for...
Let's intertwine.
I've stopped using shampoo. Can you tell? I heard a curly hair thing that if you stop using shampoo, it will help.
Reminds me of that great Simpsons joke where one of them's being, I think is it Al Gore and Bush, and they're holding hands and their bodyguards come up to them. It's where the aliens pretend to be them, and they go, "Sir, people are finding it weird that you're holding hands on the street." And he goes, "If you can find a better way of of passing on extensive DNA mixes, then I'd like to hear it." And that is what we're doing.
You know in Quentin Tarantino films where they start at the end? I'm going to start this interview at the end, and it's going to make no sense to anybody but us.
Good. Hello, what are we talking about?
One thing we do like to get people to do is to do a piece to camera about why they should get involved in the Teen Cancer Trust.
Are we still attached? Good. No, just don't pull away.
Do you want to? Come on. Don't pull away. That's so
terrifying. Don't pull away.
So if you were to give a sincere message whilst entwined at the hair with a young man, shall you give a little bit of a message to people at home who might not have the most money? They might just want to get involved in Spirit or Tweet or something like that.
Anything you can do, and do please ignore the circumstance in which this message is being passed on to you, because there is such a backstory. I'd be wasting your time to explain why a man who has stolen my hair identity is currently linked to me. But Teenage Cancer Trust is a wonderful charity, and anything, a tweet. I love tweeting. Sometimes I don't. If you do love tweeting right now, tweet. If you don't, then don't. But anything you can do at all to support what is a great charity that does a hell of a lot of good would be most welcome. And there will be people who aren't intertwined hirsutely with another man telling you this, and perhaps you will respect them more. And you are wrong for that.
There are nerves I didn't know I had in my head being pulled right now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being involved. It was a wonderful evening. Shall we hug? Shall we do it? Okay. What's the line they say in Highlander?
There can be